Now, in this video, we'll be focusing on some basic multi-step algebraic expressions and the procedure of simplifying them. So, the first step right here in the procedure is to simplify each side of the equation. Then we would add and subtract from each side and multiply and divide from each side. So, let's get started. Remember, the first thing to do is, do you still remember order of operations? What did it say? The order of operations said to first do parentheses of, for that I'll just do parentheses. After that we had to do the exponents. I'll do expon for that. Then multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. Now, some things are different about doing algebraic expressions. When we want to simplify it, we actually do the other way around. So we first do addition, subtraction, then multiplication and division, exponents, and parentheses. Because order of operations is trying to solve it, but for this, it's reversing it and trying to find what one value is. So we do it as addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, exponents, then parentheses when we're simplifying multi-step algebraic expressions. So let's get started. The first question I want to ask is, are each side simplified? Are there still parentheses? Do we still have to combine like terms? No, there's just 2x plus 4 and then 20. Now what we can do is we're going to start simplifying it. Next, we have to add and subtract from both sides the same value, because you can think of this as a scale, and that on one side we have a 20, and on the other side we have a 22x plus 4. If we want to find what 2x is, we'll first have to get rid of this 4. So if we want to get rid of this 4 on the left side, we also have to get rid of the 4 on the right side if we want this to still be equal. So, how do we do that? Well, to get rid of the 4, we can subtract the 4 from both sides. So on the left side, I subtracted a 4. And on the right side, I will also subtract a 4. And remember, 2x plus 4 minus 4. Remember, if we subtract the same value from both sides, it basically does nothing to the equation because it'll still be equal. The two original amounts were the same, so if we subtract the same amount from the same amount, it will still be the same amount on both sides. So on the left side, we have 2x plus 4 minus 4. But then the positive 4 and negative 4 cancels out, so we have 2x. And on the right side, we have 20 minus 4, which is 16. Then 2x is equal to 16. What does this mean? It means 2 times something called x is equal to 16. We're trying to find x. The next step is to multiply and divide from each side. Remember, again, the same value. So over here, we have 2x divided by 2, and on the right side, we'll do 16 divided by 2. 2 times x divided by 2, the 2's cancel out, so we just have an x, and 16 divided by 2 is equal to 8. So we have the equation x is equal to 8. How do we do this? Well, we actually did this by subtracting the same amounts and dividing the same amounts from both sides to get rid of the original amounts that were there until we only had one point x. Remember, we had to do addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, exponents, then parentheses. Now let's move on to the next problem. Now, using what we just did, I want you to try to solve this problem by yourself. Ready? Let's get started. So, what do we have here? We have the variable y, 3y minus 8 is equal to negative 14. Remember, we first do addition and subtraction, then we have multiplication and division. This time I'm writing it from up to down. Then exponents, right? Then parentheses. Now, let's see if on each side it's already simplified. Well, yes, it is. Now we just have to do the addition and subtraction and start simplifying. Well, we see that there's a negative 8 on the left side. So how about we add a 8 on both sides to get rid of that negative 8? Because we know that negative 8 and a positive 8 put together will equal 0. So we'll add a 8 on both sides. So on the left side, we have 3y because the two 8's, actually the 8 and the negative 8 cancel out. And on the right side, we have negative 14 plus 8. Have a visualizer of a number line in your head. If you had negative 14 but you went up 8 more, we'll just have negative 6. Now we're going to be down to the multiplication and division part. We will divide a 3 on both sides to get rid of the 3 and the 3y on the left side. So the 3's cancel out, and on the left side we have y, and on the right side we have negative 6 over 3. Negative 6 over 3. As you can see, we can simplify this. So y is actually equal to negative 2. Did you get the same answer? We've got a few more problems. Now here's a little more complicated one. It's 7z plus negative 3z6 is equal to, oh, I'm sorry, there's no parentheses over there. Sorry. So 7z plus negative 3z6 is equal to 54 plus 12. Now I want you to pause this video and try to solve this problem. So, what did you get for your answer? I'm curious. But this time, as you can see, on both sides of the equation, it's not completely simplified yet. You can still add some things before simplifying for z. Well, what can you do? First of all, there is parentheses. So we can do 7z, right? We leave that because we don't touch that for now. And then we have negative 3z times 6. Negative 3z times 6 is equal to negative 3 times 6 times z, which is equal to negative 18z. And on the right side, we have 54 plus 12. We don't have to do it in dividing or multiplication for that. We can just do 54 plus 12, which is equal to 66. Now, let us check. Are there still any other things to simplify on each side separately? No. Really? Actually, there is still something to simplify. Look over here. We have 7z minus 18z, which is equal to 66. 7z minus 18z. As you can see, they both have z as their variable. So 7z minus 18z. Let's do that separately. 7z minus 18z. Well, we still have the z because that doesn't change. And then 7z minus 18z is equal to negative 11z. If you don't know about combining like terms yet, I will send you a playlist of the 7th math grade series we've been working on, and then it will be in the description below. You may click into that. And If you still don't understand, you can click into that right now, watch a quick video of combining like terms, and then come back. Did you come back yet? Great. So we know that 7z minus 18z is equal to negative 11z. And on the right side, we have 66. So now if we want to solve for z, we just divide a negative 11 on both sides. So if we divide a negative 11 on both sides, on the left side will just be a plain old z, and on the right side we'll have 66 over negative 11. What is 66 divided by negative 11? Well, we know that 66 is a positive number, and negative 11, well, is a negative number. So the answer has to have a negative sign in it. And now we look at the absolute value, which is 66 divided by 11. And we have 6. So together, z will be equal to negative 6. Let's move on to another problem. We have x times 4 over 6 plus negative 8 is equal to negative 2. First, stop and pause the video. So, as you can see, we also have something to simplify before solving for x. Over here, you may see that in the fraction, we can simplify some factors out. 4 and 6 are both even numbers. That means that they can both be divided by 2. This 4 will become a 2, and this 6 will become a 3. So now it's equal to 2x over 3. And then we could do minus 8 because we don't need that addition sign right there. And that is all equal to negative 2. Then we add a 8 on both sides. So that gives us that 2x divided by 3 is equal to 6. Now, you might be looking at this fraction and pondering, how can I simplify this? It's not just a division sign or anything. Well, actually, there is a division sign. Because remember, fractions are division. 2x over 3 is the same thing as 2x divided by 3. So if we want to get rid of this 3, we can multiply a 3 on both sides, and then we'll just have 2x. So if we do that, on the left side, we'll just have 2x, and on the right side, we'll have 6 times 3, which is equal to 18. Then x is equal to 18 divided by 2, since on both sides, we'll divide it 2 to get rid of the 2 and 2x. So on the right side, we have 18 divided by 2, which is equal to 9. Another problem. 2 plus 3x minus 6 is equal to 17. Well, we can actually absolutely combine like terms on the left side. 2 and negative 6, they're both constant terms. So 2 minus 6 is equal to negative 4. We can rewrite that as 3x minus 4 is equal to 17. Now we add a 4 on both sides because, remember, the order to solve algebraic expressions like this is to first do addition and subtraction, then multiplication and division. So we add a 4 on both sides. So on the left side we have 3x, on the right side we have 17 plus 4, which is equal to 21. Then we simply divide a 3 on both sides to get rid of this 3 here in 3x, so that these two 3's on the left side cancels out, and we have x is equal to 21 divided by 3, which is 7. So after this video, here's some more problems for you to do. 9x times 8 divided by 12 is equal to 12. And 3z plus 4z times 6 is equal to 126. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And again, check the description if you are confused about combining like terms or any other concept that I didn't deeply cover in this video. So stay inquisitive, So stay inquisitive, and I'll see you next time.